On this episode of View the Right Thing, Wes and Steve suit up in their astronaut gear as they explore the mysteries above and below the surface of the 2009 Duncan Jones film, Moon. And now, it's time for the latest episode of View the Right Thing.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of
Indiana
the Red
Jaws. I told you I might only retire it for 1 week or one episode there.
One glorious episode.
It was pretty glorious at the beginning of our Goodfellas episode, where I made a huge mistake
That nobody has
tweeted me about yet, which is fine because now I get to correct the mistake, and I don't have to send anybody a prize.
Don't correct it. We'll send everybody that's listening to this one. If you didn't listen to the Goodfellas one, or you only listened to it once, not looking for the mistake, they should go back.
I think I'm off the hook.
Nah,
I think
I don't
I'm
think
off
so.
the hook.
I don't think so.
Yup.
Let's give it one more episode.
All right, everybody. If you didn't listen to the last episode about Goodfellas, listen to it. And if you did listen to it again, and then tweet at Steve in NoHowood when you discover the mistake that I made about the movie Goodfellas. I say this mistake with my voice a few times during the episode. And first person to tweet at me about it. Not Instagram, not Facebook. It's got to be Twitter. First person to tweet about it, pointing out the mistake, gets a prize. I don't know what the prize is yet, but I'll figure out something inspired by Goodfellas.
This is Steve trying to get his 1,024th follower.
Hey, I'm not against that idea. So again, listen to View the Right Thing from just the other day about Goodfellas, and look for that mistake, and you'll win.
Folks. Can I call you folks?
I think you can call them folks.
Folks.
What about Viewsters?
Viewsters.
Yeah.
My friends. My Viewster friends. Let's get Steve up and his Twitter followers. Let's get him past. He needs a greater number of Twitter followers than people he's following. So
yeah, I was there for a little bit.
Let's make that happen, everyone. Let's go follow Steve. If you're not already following Steve, heck, even I'll go and follow him right now.
Just to refollow me?
I mean, if it'll make you feel better. It won't bring your numbers up any.
It won't at all.
But
I'm okay with it. As I say, I don't act for trophies.
Somebody
and I don't tweet for trophies either.
Somebody tweet at him what his mistake was, and then comment about how the person on his profile picture would be so disappointed in him. Not profile picture, profile banner.
Did you see that tweet I made while waiting in line at the drive-thru on my way here to...
I did not. What was it?
Well, I only just discovered this earlier this month. Somebody, just a little while ago, in February of this year, created a Sharknado Clerk Twitter account using my face as the profile picture.
Was it you?
No. And they tweeted, I don't know, 4 or 5 things that are just kind of like sort of paraphrased lines from my role in Sharknado. And I think it's very hilarious. I'm very confused as to why they waited almost 3 years to do this, but I also desperately want to know who it is.
Did you follow them?
I sure did.
Wow.
As soon as I discovered it, but they haven't tweeted ever since then. They set it up. All their tweets are from like February of this year.
And did you tweet at them? Were you like, that
them.
was me?
I followed them. I tweeted at them, and I haven't gotten a single reply from them. And I don't know who it could be.
It wasn't me.
No?
Nope.
I don't know either, man. Wait, you didn't say you don't know. You said it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I don't know.
Who could it be? Who can it be now? Who can it be now? That might have been too much song to use legally in a podcast.
That's all right. We'll be all right. It's a cover.
It's a cover, and it was like way less than 30 seconds or whatever.
Steve, tell me,
Yeah.
have you been to any movies since we last podcasted?
I'm pretty sure I have. Well, yeah.
Well, we went to one together, actually.
We went to one together yesterday. Should we talk about it?
We can talk about that. Have you seen any besides that one?
I must have. But what?
Excuse me.
I'm racking my memory banks. Let's see. No, last time we talked about Everybody Wants Some. We talked about... Oh, gosh, what was the most recent thing I went to see? I went to see something way over at the Van Nuys plant. And now I can't even remember what it was, but I do remember enjoying it.
I have a challenge I want to issue you, other than our current movie challenge.
Okay.
So...
Get a better memory?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and issue it on air.
Get a better memory?
No.
Oh.
So Civil War's coming out.
Right.
So my challenge...
Captain America, Civil War.
Yeah. My challenge to you is come over to my house.
Uh-huh.
And let's watch like Winter Soldier. Let's watch Iron Man 3. Let's watch Age of Ultron and Ant-Man in preparation for Civil War. Not necessarily exactly in that order. I think we should do that.
Here's the thing, though. I've sat through all of those movies a good handful of times.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll just slap on Captain America 1 or 2 in the background while I do my work.
How many times have you watched it with me?
Zero. But still, I've seen them
special.
A lot.
It's called a challenge for a reason, Steve.
It's special, but that's a lot of movies to try to watch in preparation for a movie that comes out in
2 weeks.
About 2 weeks.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks.
We don't have that kind of time on our hands.
Sure, we'll make time.
You just listed, 5 movies?
Maybe we can skip 1 or 2.
If anything, let's just watch Cap 2 and Age of Ultron.
Well, because I think Iron Man 3 is going to play into this.
Yeah, but I've seen that a lot.
I've only seen it twice. Have you seen it in 3D? Because I have it in 3D.
Yeah, I saw it in 3D
really?
when it was in the theaters.
I don't think I saw it in 3D. I want to watch it in 3D.
That's a lot of movies.
Calm down.
That's a lot of movies.
Calm down.
I've seen a bunch of times.
If anybody tweets at you that you should do this, I think you should do it. How about that? Come on, Viewsters.
We got to trim down that number of movies.
Okay, I'll consider trimming down the number of movies.
Cap 2.
Got to be Cap 2. Got to be Iron Man 3.
I think we should just watch Cap 1 and Cap 2.
I would be willing to do...
I'm just kidding.
No,
I watch those all the time.
I'd be willing to trim it down to Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3,
and
Trey, Age of Ultron.
Yeah, because I don't think Ant-Man is 100% necessary. I love Ant-Man.
The only reason...
it's totally necessary.
It's not. I've only seen it once.
Yeah.
So I'd like to watch it again.
You know what else we should watch? The Black Panther movie. Oh, wait. He hasn't gotten his own movie.
He's going to. They have a director. I mean,
everybody else got an origin story.
Nah.
And now Black Panther's just going to get...
Not everybody else didn't get an origin story. Hawkeye didn't get an origin story. He was like a cameo in another movie, someone else's movie.
He had his origin story in Thor.
No. And
that's not true at all.
I mean,
he had his origin story in The Bourne Legacy.
You know, the Black Widow kind of got an origin in the last Avengers movie. How many movies has she been in? She was in Iron Man 2 before.
Yeah.
And his other ones.
Black Widow.
So I'm just saying.
All right. I am up for some version of this challenge.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I'd say 3 movies tops.
You're going to see Civil War before me. Because you'll probably see it the day it comes out.
I'm going to go see it the first minute that I can.
I'm not going to see it till Sunday that it's out. Sunday
I might
the 8th.
see it that day, too.
You're more than welcome to join us. We're seeing it at AMC in the Prime Theater. But it's not cheap.
Their prices.
Oh, man, it's so good.
I got a theater right in my backyard. I've literally driven to this theater in 2 minutes.
Here's the problem, Viewsters. Here's the problem.
$6 to see a totally awesome movie.
Steve doesn't truly love movies.
Reclining seat.
He doesn't truly... Really?
Yep. Assigned seats that recline,
I want to come.
And they were built in the last year.
I want to come check it out.
Please do.
I want to see how big that screen is.
It's right there in my hood.
Does it have Atmos sound?
I don't know. I watch Game of Thrones on my iPhone 6. I don't really care about screen size. Have you ever seen the TV in my living room?
No, I've never been in your living room. I've never been invited into your living room.
It's a big box TV.
I've never been invited to Steve's house. That's what I'm saying.
You're not missing a whole lot because I'm about to describe my TV to you.
That's
what you're not missing. It's a big box TV that's maybe 28 inches. I don't know.
All right.
A huge TV. That beautiful thing. I'm pointing to Wes's TV.
Yeah.
That thing's the Mona Lisa of TVs.
We don't have to,
TV.
advertise my TV or anything.
Oh, okay.
It does do 3D though.
It does do 3D.
My house has a pretty rockin' sound system right now.
Yeah.
The neighbor came over and complained one day, and this is the first time it's happened in 6 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Rockin' sound system. Man, what other movies have we seen lately other than that one we saw yesterday? By that, I mean, which have you seen? Because I clearly can't remember the ones I've seen. I saw Hardcore Henry.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Is it good?
This is what I will say about Hardcore
Did it make you sick?
Henry. No, not me, but I've never gotten sick at any real jittery action packy movies that do that. I enjoyed it the whole time I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it had a really great, just nightmarishly stomach-churning opening credit sequence.
Cool.
Set to a really cool, I can't remember the name of the band now, but a real cool, like, I'd say mid-'80s Britpop tune.
Cool.
That just, it was a nice juxtaposition.
Like ELO?
Of, like, mellow. No, the song was called Let Me Down Easy, and I think it was by the same guys who did Golden Brown on the Train Spotting soundtrack, but I can't remember the names. Mm-hmm. But it was a real just kind of mellow Britpop kind of song set over just all this horrendously slow motion, awful violence. Like, I'm talking, you literally at one point watch a knife just go into a guy's neck in very, very slow motion. And it's just like, ooh, it's gnarly, dude. And then the rest of the movie is pretty enjoyable. Mm-hmm. But as I've said to others about this movie, I've never enjoyed a movie and been so extremely annoyed by a movie all at the same time. It was a very strange mix. Well, I'm not huge on video games, as you know. Mm-hmm. And so the whole first-person shooter camera angle of this movie was kind of like wearing thin. And also it's sort of like, it's basically just a found footage movie. Yeah. Except that now the found footage is from a cybernetic implant in his brain rather than somebody who was holding a camera the whole time. And, for the most part, there are some jokes that are absolutely funny. There's a scene with a horse that I won't give away, but it was absolutely hilarious and wonderful. And me and these two weirdos who happened to be sitting next to me, we were all cracking up and just like, that was so great. Like, that's just the kind of funny we needed at this point in the movie.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of other really good...
so maybe they have a good sense of timing.
Yes, for sure. And and there was plenty of good stuff about it, but like, I hope that a movie like this sort of first person you're seeing through the absolute eyes of the hero the whole time, I'd be okay if that never happens again. Yeah. I almost feel like this is as good as it could ever be. And it was still full of cuts and edits and stuff. Yeah. Because basically his cybernetic implants kept glitching out so that they could afford to make edits. But yeah, I'd be okay if this style just got put to bed now.
Right.
I'd be more than okay with that. So Hardcore Henry, 4,
7.
What?
I don't know. You said 4, so I just picked a number 2.
I was trying to come up. I feel like we should have our own thumbs up or thumbs down, or our own number of stars, or what have you.
You know what I like? I like 5 stars. I'm a big fan of 5 stars, but you know what?
Yeah,
no
but like
movie's ever gotten 5 stars for me.
Right. And when I used to review movies for Mode Magazine, instead of stars, I would do 5 or 1 through 5 M's for Mode. But what about something that's for us? Indiana Jones.
4 out of 5 sharks.
Skeletal sharks? Just sharks?
Well, I mean, that's our mascot is a shark wearing a fedora.
Yeah, that's true. Good old Indiana Jaws.
It's up on the Facebook page now.
Oh, is it? I have not seen this. Yeah. What the heck, Facebook? Don't you hate how Facebook controls whose stuff you see?
Yeah, I don't like the timeline thing. I keep setting it to most recent instead of top news, and it just resets itself immediately.
Well, I will hunt it down and like it and share it a whole bunch.
That's our profile banner.
Indiana Jaws, look at him go. That was the Indiana Jones theme, just with words.
Was it?
That didn't sound like it at all.
Okay, so Indiana 4 out of 5 sharks. Is that what you're giving it?
Sure.
4 out of 5 sharks with fedoras?
4 out of 5.
Indiana Jawses.
4 out of 5 archaeologist sharks. 4 out of 5. I feel like we need just sharks. Sharks, stars, easy to say.
I like sharks.
Yeah.
Viewsters, if you have an opinion on this, send all your angry tweets to @StevenNohowood.
Yeah. So that movie, it's like it's got 4 sharks, but it's also got 0 sharks.
Well, you got to pick one.
That's what I'm saying. It's both at the same time.
It's the Schrodinger's shark of movies.
It's perfectly enjoyable, and it's totally annoying all at the same time.
All right.
So, Hardcore Henry filmmakers, you did something.
You made a movie. So
cool movie.
We went and saw a movie yesterday.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
It was fun.
I had some very funny moments in it.
I had a pretty active coffee countdown during this
You
movie.
did. I heard you had an active. I did not have, as usual. I did not fall asleep in the film.
Yeah.
I was pretty entertained. Pretty entertained.
Intained.
Yeah, man,
Pretty
my brain.
detained.
Entertained.
There you go.
Yep. And there was a sheep, and that made me laugh quite a bit. And I wish there would have been more sheep.
Yeah.
That's my biggest critique. More sheep, please.
Maybe don't say that out loud. If that's your thing.
There was also a joke I really loved that dealt with the classic movie trope, but I don't want to spoil. Oh, we should say what movie it was.
Yes.
We went and saw the new Ratchet and Clank movie, which comes out on Friday, April 29th, which is after this podcast is released.
But the day before Tabletop Day.
Correct. We'll talk about Tabletop Day at the end of the podcast.
Sounds good to me. It smells delicious in here.
It does. We're going to have some delicious food tonight.
I'm
So,
hungry.
Ratchet and Clank, pretty fun. If you have some small children, or some little kids that you think might like movies, take them.
I think they'll enjoy Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. I think they'll have a really, really fun time with that movie.
I really enjoyed the scene where Clank's origin story takes place. I really liked that a lot. He's very adorable.
Yeah, I like Clank a lot. I like Ratchet a lot.
Ratchet's pretty cool.
I liked all of them. All the voice actors were, I was excited to see.
Yeah.
I wish there would have been a little bit more Sylvester Stallone. Like, I wish we would have heard him more.
Yeah.
He didn't talk a lot. But.
I really felt like it was a guy kind of doing a Sly impersonation.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was Sly himself.
Right.
But how about it? Paul Giamatti.
Yeah. Rosario Dawson.
John Goodman.
Yeah, John Goodman. Bella Thorne. She's from, like, Disney Channel and stuff, I think.
Okay.
And
the guys
David Kaye and James Arnold Taylor.
The real voices of Ratchet and Clank from the games, right?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
It was really cool.
My roommate pointed that out before he even knew I was going to go see it, because he had just happened to post something about, I really hope I get to see the Ratchet and Clank movie soon.
Oh, good.
And I winked at him. You can't see me winking, Busters, but I'm winking at Wes. And
I like it.
He said, I'm excited because they're keeping the original voice actors. And I think that's very cool of them to do, because I worry that a lot of, products like that get made, and sometimes the studios might just be like, well, let's try to get somebody much more famous in these roles. And that's just mean. Well,
I think they stayed really true to the story as well, and sort of the humor.
Cool.
And you can't go wrong with James Arnold Taylor. He does so many cartoon voices and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Fred Flintstone and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And, is he the most recent Fred Flintstone?
I think so. Spider-Man.
Wow.
He did Spider-Man. Or has done.
Spider-Man.
Who's my favorite hero.
Spider-Man's your favorite hero?
Yeah. I'm told.
He's pretty cool.
I am told Spidey fans will not be disappointed in Civil War.
By Underoos? I just heard that it...
Don't talk too much about it, though. Remember, I have still not seen the trailer.
This is not about the movie at all.
All right, good.
I just saw an article from Nerdist.
Yeah.
About things happening at Disney's California Adventure.
Yeah, they're moving the characters over there.
That have to do with Marvel, yeah. But I'm told that there's already like a Daily Bugle office set up over there.
What? I want to go.
I just read that today, and I'm like, what the heck?
That's
weird. And then there's also talk. Did you hear about Tower of Terror?
No, is it going to turn into Spider-Man Tower of Terror?
There's talk that Tower of Terror might be getting a Guardians of the Galaxy overlay.
I'm in.
So, like, the whole structure will stay the same, and they'll just make it look like Guardians of the Galaxy instead of paying the licensing on Twilight Zone.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm still scared because I already know what that ride does.
But you're going to go on it again because it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
I will, because at least I've been on it 3 times. 3 vomit-inducing times. But not vomit-inducing. I never vomited.
So it's probably going to
lost my voice the last time.
Coincide with Guardians 2, I imagine.
Yeah.
Awesome Mix 2, or whatever it's called.
Awesome Mix Volume 2.
Isn't that what it's called, like Guardians Volume 2?
Yeah, I
Awesome
think
Mix 2 or something? I don't know.
Something like that. Either way, I'm excited. James Gunn, if you're listening, you're awesome. Oh my gosh.
Do you want to talk about the movie?
About Moon?
Moon. I hope you guys watched Moon.
I hope so too, because it's great.
Because sometimes people listen to movie podcasts and they don't actually watch the movies that the podcasts are about.
I'm somewhat guilty of that.
Oh, I'm totally guilty of that sometimes. Like
Yeah.
with we've talked about How Did This Get Made.
Sure.
I sometimes that listening to that will make me watch those movies.
Yeah.
This is a case where I really hope people have watched the movie already, because we're definitely going to hit some spoilers, and I think the less you know about the movie, the better.
Yeah, so if you're listening and you have not watched it, push pause, go watch Moon. It's easy to find, and then come back to this episode of View the Right Thing. Push pause now.
And we're back.
Welcome back to View the Right Thing with Wes and Steve. It's 2016.
He said view the right thing.
And, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
That
Well, I
makes
got
me
it
so
in
happy.
once.
So Moon.
Yeah. Now, this is about Earth's moon, right?
Earth's moon. The moon.
The white orb in the sky most
there.
nights?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there is some mining happening on the moon. They're mining H3.
Helium-3?
HE3? H3?
Yeah, I believe it was helium-3, right?
HE3.
They called it helium-3.
H3 would be hydrogen-3, so it would be HE3.
HE3.
Yeah. So basically, it's moon rock that has had like solar rays. It's like radioactive, basically.
Yeah.
And that is used for fusion on Earth to power things
Cool.
and give us clean energy.
Clean energy.
Yay, from moon rocks.
Wouldn't that be something?
The year, they don't actually, I don't think explicitly say what year it is. It's supposed to be 2035, from what I
Okay.
understand. So the not too distant future,
Next
we're going to have
Sunday AD.
cleaner energy.
Wow.
It's coming.
I hope so.
And there's this mining base up there on the moon, and they've got a guy who operates it, and he's on a 3-year mission.
What's his name?
Sam
Sam Bell.
Bell.
Who's he played by?
Sam
Rockwell. His name rhymes.
Yeah, kind of.
Completely.
So he's up there for 3 years, and he's like 3 weeks away from finishing and going home and seeing his wife and his daughter, who he
new
misses.
baby daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's getting close. And he has a transmission that he gets from his wife, and he can't speak live to his wife or to his bosses because something's jamming. There's a problem with one of the antennas is blocked.
Well, isn't he told
That's
that
what
it's
he's
just
told.
impossible?
Well,
But then he finds out it's a blockage.
yeah, okay, fair enough that there's a signal jamming it. No, because he talks about how it's been down for like a really long time, and
Oh, okay.
so anyway, so his job is sort of to like maintain this base and make sure that these auto harvesters that go out, they look like Tonka trucks, but they're essentially like combines. They go across the moon's surface and dig up the rocks, and they're on sort of the far side of the moon, not on the near side of the moon. That the official explanation of why they're on the far side of the moon is so as to not disturb the wildlife. So
I don't remember hearing that.
They
part.
don't say that. That's an inside.
Oh, okay.
That's a interview kind of thing.
So as to not disturb the wildlife.
This movie's made by Duncan Jones. It's his feature film debut. The director.
Yeah.
Really, really great director. I like the guy a lot. He did a lot of like commercials and stuff.
He has a fairly impressive space lineage, doesn't he?
He has an odd space lineage, you might say.
Oh.
You can share that.
Well, he's the son of the prettiest star, the Thin White Duke, Ziggy Stardust himself, Mr. David Bowie.
Yeah.
The late
David Bowie.
greatest David Bowie.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Duncan Jones. And so anyway, so you get to see these harvesters just like cutting tracks into the moon's surface. Kind of cool.
And they spit out a bunch of moon rock in their wake as they go. It's like raining moon rock right back onto the surface, which is weird. That it all just flies up out of the truck and lands back on the surface right away.
Not so much. I mean, not right away. I mean, it has a pretty high arc.
Does it?
I think it does.
I feel like it looked pretty... Well, I guess if it's rock, it does have a pretty high arc.
Well, and you gotta remember, there's a lot of it. So some of it's going up, some of it's coming down. You know, you never really see the beginnings of it. You always see it in process.
I feel like it's all...
There's always just as much coming down as there is going up. I think you're trying to poke holes.
Well,
there's no hole. There's no hole.
There's a bit of a hole with the gravity of those rocks.
There's no hole. So, interestingly, the exterior stuff on the moon, shot with models.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
models
cool.
and miniatures.
One assumes.
Nice.
One assumes they are not like full size to scale models. But
that would make a lot of sense.
So he goes out and he can drive his little buggy into the harvester and make sure everything's okay. If there's like anything wrong with it, he can fiddle with it.
Yeah.
There are 4 harvesters: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and
John.
Yeah, one of them he renames Judas. It's not important. It's
probably John. I don't know.
It's just a funny, like, he's been on this thing too long, up on the moon too long by himself.
Judas, why?
He keeps himself in shape by running on a treadmill and stuff.
A space treadmill.
Space treadmill. Nice reference to 2001, probably.
Yeah.
He's been carving this wooden model of his hometown.
Oh man, that thing is so cool. But it's heartbreaking.
Eating things of food with packets of sauce, hot sauce, and whatnot.
Space food?
It's marked Soylent.
Ew, is it?
Yeah.
How did I not see that?
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Well, now there is a food product called Soylent. I just heard an ad for it on the radio the other day.
Yeah, I think it's a vegetarian or vegan thing. I think it's like vegan
So it's
patties.
made out of vegans?
Yeah, I hope so.
Soylent Green is vegans!
So like I said, he gets messages. He sends messages out. His only companion is a robot.
Yeah.
Named Gertie.
Good old Gertie the robot.
Gertie, played by
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Get it? Kev
Spacey
in space.
E
playing a robot.
That's definitely a 2001 reference as well. That he's very, very HAL like.
Yeah. I like that Gertie can move around with him though, and he has a little coffee tray on his
coffee
corner.
Tray.
That's funny.
He has a sign.
It's always filthy.
He has a "kick me" sign on the back of him.
Yeah, that's a sweet moment.
He has a little screen that displays a little emoji face.
Yeah,
so he can smile and be confused or be upset.
Cry.
Yeah,
stick his tongue out with a dollar bill sign on it.
Yeah,
that's only when the moon strippers show up, though.
Mm-hmm. So there's a problem with one of the harvesters.
There is.
Stuck on something. And Sam's got to go check it out. Now, Sam, after having watched one of his videos, gets a little flash. He's walking around and he sees a young girl around the age of 15 sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
And then he kind of shakes it off and she's gone. So something weird's going on with Sam, but he goes out to go check on this harvester, and all these rocks are flying and stuff, and he looks over and he sees the girl standing on the surface of the moon, and it freaks him out and distracts him, and he sideswipes the harvester, which is stuck, and does he flip? Does it roll him on his side, right?
Yeah, it's almost
something.
I feel like it almost more like just
puts him in a ditch or
put
something.
him in a ditch. Yeah, but like nose first, and there was no way to get out, and he bangs his head and falls asleep.
Yeah, he sends out a distress, right? And then he kind of passes out. And
because I think without a distress, there's no way that what happens next could have happened.
So
maybe
the harvester is still spitting up rocks, and it's slowly burying the thing. So then the next thing we see is Sam waking up on like a medical table, and Gertie's there, and he's like, "What happened?"
He's very clean shaven. He had shaved just before he went on this mission.
He had shaved just before,
but he's even cleaner shaven, I would say.
Sure.
He definitely looks cleaner than he did when he went into the harvester.
If you say so. Well, Gertie could shave him, I suppose.
Maybe. You trust a robot to shave you?
I mean,
I sure don't.
So Gertie's there, and he's like, "Hey, what happened?" He's like, "Oh, there was an accident. You were injured. You hit your head. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You're waking up. Just take your time." And so he remains in the medical area for like maybe a day. Ish, maybe. And when he gets up and he's walking around, he like gets dressed and stuff, and he hears Gertie talking to the bosses
Home
back
base.
back on Earth.
Earth base.
And Gertie insists it's just a recorded transmission.
Right.
And that he was reporting that there was a problem. And that the place is on lockdown. He can't leave.
Yeah.
And that
Space lockdown.
And that there's going to be a rescue team coming to take care of the problem and fix everything.
In 88 hours.
Yeah. And
It's a long wait.
Yep. And so he doesn't trust Gertie. He's like, something's up.
Yeah.
So he devises a plan where he pokes a hole in some gas line, some vent, and he's like, "This place is gonna, it's gonna be filled with gas or whatever. If I don't go out and check outside and make sure that I fix whatever caused this."
Right.
And so Gertie's like, "Okay, I'll let you out." So he lets him out, and of course he goes to just like drive around and figure out why he wasn't allowed to go outside.
Yeah.
And he finds
The crashed rover. Being buried by moon rock.
The rover.
What's inside that rover?
The body of
Sam Bell.
of Sam Bell. The body of Sam Bell.
But wait, isn't Sam Bell the one who just got out of the main moon station and is searching?
That's true. What do we think? Time travel, maybe? Possibly?
No.
Maybe? You never know.
I'm thinking clones.
Oh, maybe clones. Okay, so he takes the hurt Sam Bell back and puts him in the med wing, and and then we have some confusion going on between the two of them.
Two Sam Bells.
Yeah.
And the moon ain't big enough for the both of them.
Right.
It is, but they're not supposed to know about each other.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's happening to poor Sam Bell here?
Well, he has to recover.
Yeah.
And he's definitely sick.
Extremely sick.
But he eventually gets up, and they kind of just sort of almost immediately accept each other, even though they're like, the new one is very untrusting and
right.
is kind of angry, and the old one is just kind of like, what's new? Nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah, he's been stuck on the moon for 3 years. He was just about to go home.
Yeah.
And here's yet another hiccup.
Yeah. So they proceed to sort of try and live with each other and figure out what's going on.
Well, I thought they started looking around for the possibility of more clones lying in
wait. One definitely, the new one,
definitely
is like, you're a clone, and he's like, I'm not a clone, you're a clone, whatever.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to watch the older Sam Bell like go about his things, like talk to his plants and tend to them, and work on the model,
carve his little town.
Yeah. And what happens?
Man, what does happen next? Well, is it Gertie? Doesn't Gertie warn them about the rescue crew, or do they just kind of devise it themselves?
They kind of figure it out on their own. That,
I think it's old Sam is like, listen, like when that rescue crew gets here, they're not expecting to find two Sams. They're going to expect to find a fresh Sam and the dead Sam out there in that rover. So we got to come up with something.
Yeah.
They got to hatch a plan. And then do they hatch that plan immediately, or do they just kind of keep going around?
They kind of keep going around for a while. They sort of have this like argument back and forth. There's a really great nod that you don't get immediately in the
a great nod
a great wink to the audience to actually tell people what's going on in the film. There's actually a couple of them that you see right away in the film.
Yeah.
And then they come back a little bit later on, and that's one, the song that plays when he wakes up from his alarm.
Hang on, I remember it.
He's thinking about it.
It's not just the two of us.
No.
It's something about my one and only.
I am the one and only.
Yeah.
I don't sing, so sorry, people. Yeah, so I'm the one and only plays. We get to see that twice, but that's the first time we see him wake up.
Right.
At the very beginning of the film, they play that. It's a little nod that he's not alone.
Yeah.
And then he has a shirt that says, "Wake me up when it's time to quit."
Oh, yes.
Or wake me up when it's quitting time or something.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
So, and the point with that is they have a 3-year lifespan. And when that lifespan is over and they are quitting, they die, and they wake up a new clone. So
right.
Wake me up when it's quitting time.
No, they get sent back to Earth and everything's great, right?
Yeah, no.
No. Now, there are 2 discoveries made
Yeah.
very shortly. Does the discovery on Earth take place before the discovery of going back to Earth? Should I just dig into these?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by the discovery on Earth.
Sam, and I can't remember if it's New Sam or Classic Sam,
Yeah.
one of them goes back out in a rover.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's...
drives to a certain spot on the moon where he can make a live space call back to Earth.
That, I believe, is New Sam because Old Sam is too sick.
I think that's correct.
And
he dials...
Oh, no. It's Old Sam. Old Sam goes out and finds out that makes the call, and New Sam sees the recording of the call later on.
That's what it is, yes. So Old Sam calls home to his wife and baby.
So let's, real quick, before we tackle that.
Yeah?
The 2 of them go out to investigate what's going on with the signals. And as they go, they both go out in separate directions, and they find
That's
the
what
antennas.
it is. They both go out. Okay.
Yep.
And one of them makes the call. Or does he go out alone later?
I think that's later. He goes
Okay.
out alone later. I think so.
I thought one of them made the call on that voyage.
Yeah, maybe. And then he comes back alone
It
because he
don't
drives back and like parks the buggy all weird. Remember,
Yeah.
and rushes in because he's super sick. Yeah, they find that there's 4 antennas out there that are blocking the signal.
Yeah, so they can't make live calls.
Yeah. But
It's just rude.
But they figure out one figures out how to do it. The Old Sam.
Okay.
We'll call him Sam 1 when actually he is Sam 5. Sam 5.
That makes sense.
And New Sam is Sam 6.
How can we figure out that he's Sam 5?
Well, so because he makes this call,
Yeah.
he calls to speak to his wife, and this young girl answers the phone. She
Yeah.
seems to resemble the girl that he sees in his vision, sitting in the
Quite a
chair
bit.
out on the moon. And he asks to speak to, I can't remember the mom's name, but he asks to speak to her.
Tess? I don't know.
Sure, Tess sounds good.
Something like that.
And the girl says, "I'm sorry."
Tess, I was correct.
Yeah, good job. She says, you can't because she died years back. And he goes, he asks who she is, he asks who the girl is, and she says it's her daughter, and he's like, "Mommy died? How did Mommy die?" And the girl's like, "What is going on?" And she's like, "Dad," and you hear
Sam Bell.
Sam Prime.
Sam Prime. I was going to call him Earth Sam.
Earth Sam. Well, we can't call him Earth Sam, but we'll get to that later.
Original Sam.
Sam Prime. Original Sam. Original recipe Sam. He's like, "What?" And you hear him. He's
You
like,
hear
"Who
his
is
voice.
Who is that?" And then he hangs up the call. And he goes back, and he's super sick. And he realizes,
heartbroken.
yeah, he realizes
I was heartbroken.
he is indeed a clone.
Yeah.
And he finds, I think this is where he talks to Gertie, and Gertie has some pity for him and some sympathy, and explains the situation to him about the fact that yes, you are a clone. They find the video of
the other guys going home.
the other Sams,
Quote,
the previous
unquote.
Sams.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how you would think that Sam would always have the same pattern. He would always look the same when he, always had the same clothes when he was at his end or whatever, but not the case. And I think I know why.
Okay.
That's the case. I don't think they all actually die on the same day. They don't all expire at the same time.
Oh.
And that's because they are, if you look at his symptoms that he has, he is suffering, it's like the hair loss and the bleeding and the losing the teeth and the vomiting.
Yeah.
He has radiation poisoning. And I think they're all affected by the radiation and what they're doing at work differently because they don't all do it exactly the same.
Oh.
So they would all succumb to that radiation poisoning and probably the cloning as well at different times.
That doesn't help.
So
and their bodies could just be set to expire,
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in the DNA that just says after 3 years, clock's ticking.
Yeah. So
gross.
in the video, you see that the Sams are told to go to this pod. Looks kind of like a coffin.
It's got a window.
And they climb into it to go home. They're going to be
Right.
going to cryosleep to go home, and the thing closes up on them, and there's a flash of light and some smoke or steam or something, and then they're gone.
They're turned to dust.
I don't know that they are.
Yeah, because doesn't it even show it like vacuuming dust out then?
I think they're actually like frozen, like flash frozen, the bodies, right?
Pretty sure they're just zapped.
And then I think maybe it's possible. I got the feeling that maybe that went somewhere, like the body went somewhere, like underneath, because there's a whole thing underneath there, and this is not the same room that the bodies are thawed out per se,
right?
But the bodies are all underneath there, and there are
I
clearly
thought that was all clones still lying in wait.
Some of them are, but there are 4 chambers that have red lights instead of white lights, presumably the ones that have passed
Oh, weird.
on, right? So there's...
Yeah, I guess that's possible. I thought they just got vacuumed into dust. It looked
They
like
might.
they just got zapped, and then there was dust, and then it like vacuumed the dust.
I mean, you can't really see inside the thing when the
but then
light
he even
goes off.
finds that weird little like nozzle thing under the pod, and there's
'Cause I
just
think
all that black dust around.
Because I thought it was maybe like a Freon, like that nozzle was for like...
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It could
I
be...
thought for sure it zapped him and turned him
Somebody
into
get
instant
Duncan
dust.
Jones on the line.
Duncan, if you're listening, call Wes or me for
Yeah.
that matter. I'll sing to you.
Maybe they get dusted. I don't know.
thought it just zapped him into dust. Because
The
maybe
problem
those
is you don't
ones-
actually see it.
I remember seeing dust. I
Okay.
remember seeing dust.
Sure you do.
I'll have to watch it again.
So anyways, the healthy clone comes back.
Oh yeah,
And he's like, I found your clone hidey hole. They go down there and check it out. And time is ticking away.
Yeah,
The
I think
rescue crew is going to be there, and if the rescue crew finds the both of them, they're both toast.
they're both toast easily.
So the good clone's like, I have this idea. We're going to send you home.
The fresh clone.
The fresh Sam 6 says, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hide you. They take the canisters of the HE3,
Yeah.
and they put it in these little pod things, and they shoot them off to Earth
Right.
for collection and use. So he's like, we're gonna hide you inside one of these pod things.
Oh yeah.
It'll take 3 days to get there, but you'll get there.
Right.
And we have enough oxygen for you to... Here's some oxygen, and here's a little bit of food. And he's like, where am I going to take a crap? And he's like, you're just going to have to... In your pants, buddy.
I could hold it for 3 days.
Maybe.
I've done it.
I mean, re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere might shake
That
some
might
things
shake
loose.
it. Ew. Might shake it loose.
But, so anyways, they devised this plan, and Sam 5, old Sam, is like, there's no way I'm going to survive that.
No way.
No chance. He's like, you should go. And Sam 6 is like, no, you did your 3 years. It's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. He's like, nope, you gotta. They wake up. They get Gertie to wake up another clone.
Yes, that's right. Because the guys need to find the fresh clone, and they also need to find dead Sam out in the crashed rover.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna kill the new clone and hide the new clone in the crashed rover.
Right.
And
But
old Sam's like, dude, you can't kill that guy.
Yeah.
He's like, put me back out there because I know you can't kill that guy because I couldn't kill the guy.
Right.
It's the same person.
Very true.
So he goes out and he puts Sam 5 back in.
The crashed rover.
Yep. And
The Rover.
and hurries back. He grabs a canister
Oh.
and puts that in the little pod area thing
Yeah.
with him. And then he wipes Gertie, so Gertie can't remember, and then Gertie's okay with it. Gertie's like, "It's
Yeah.
cool. I'm here to
I'm here to help
I'm
you.
here to help you. That's my job." So he wipes Gertie. Gertie's starting to come back online, and he gets in the pod thing, and as the door is closing, he sticks his hand back out and stops it. He realizes something else.
He's got to do one last thing.
So he gets back out, goes back into the command center, types some stuff in, and aligns the harvesters.
Right.
So that way they'll hit and destroy the jamming towers.
Yeah.
So that way when the new
knock
guy
out the
wakes up, he'll be
jamming
able
towers.
to speak to whoever.
Yeah.
And then he runs back in and he gets into the little pod just as the rescue crew gets there, and he gets zapped off.
Whoa, launched to Earth.
Yeah. So and this is why we couldn't call the one Prime, Sam
Right.
Prime, Earth Sam, because
This
this
guy
Sam
is about to
shows
get
up
to
there
Earth.
because we hear a bunch of news chatter
Yeah.
of people talking about how this Sam clone blows the lid off of this program on Earth. Now, what is in that canister that he takes with him?
It's got to be helium-3, right?
Helium-3. Why does he take helium-3 with him?
Probably because it's the newest fuel that Earth uses for everything.
It's like crazy valuable, so he can live.
Yeah, that too.
So it's like $15 million worth of helium-3, and he can live off of that over the 3-year lifespan that he now has
I would say so.
on Earth.
Helium-3.
Yeah, and that's
got it.
that's
Flaunt it.
Moon.
Yeah, that's the end of the movie.
It's
so short.
Fast. We've gotten so fast at this. I've
Well,
heard
it's a very just kind of straight ahead movie. There's not.
It really is.
There's not a lot to unravel. It's just kind of like watch it, realize
Yeah.
it's good, and enjoy it.
I've heard that. I've heard a rumor. I don't know how true this is. Duncan Jones hit us up. That there may be a follow up to this.
Oh,
To this story, and I would absolutely love to see what that follow up would consist of. I don't know what it would be, but
Moon 2.
Moon 2, maybe. Try to turn some lights on in here. It's kind of dark in here.
You read my mind. My
So-
moon mind.
Your moon mind. Moon mind.
That'd be pretty cool. A sequel to this. I wonder what could happen. Maybe would Fresh Sam be on Earth still, and would the freshest Sam still be on the moon? And
Yeah, maybe.
And then Prime Sam might be up to something. We could be
That's
talking
possible.
about possibly 3 Sam Rockwells in this movie.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome.
So, radiation poisoning.
Oh,
Starts with headaches,
no, thank you.
bleeding,
Ugh.
pale skin, dizziness, and fevers.
Oh no. Now, what if you tan on a regular basis and then you get radiation poisoning? You think your skin would just pale up just like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to know.
So the question is it because of the work they're doing? Is it because the process of being a clone is just
Maybe it's a combination of the two.
Or is the company dosing them with radiation,
That could be possible as well.
to shorten their lifespan? Maybe Sam 6 that makes it to Earth has a longer lifespan than 3 years because he's not being dosed anymore.
Maybe.
Or at all.
How much will $15 million be worth in the year 2035? I wonder. I mean, obviously it'll be worth $15 million, but
In 2035, I mean, I
wonder
think
what
it'll
that'll
be.
be like.
I think it'll be,
Close-ish.
yeah, it won't be too crazy far off from what it is now.
Nothing to sneeze at.
No, I think it'd be great.
I could do with $15 million.
Mm-hmm.
I'd figure out something to do with that.
Now, this movie was written for Sam Rockwell.
I'd remake Brewster's Millions. Written for him specifically.
Yeah, so Duncan Jones was wanting to work with him on another project, and they couldn't ever come to terms on stuff. So he just wrote this movie and was like, "This is for Sam Rockwell."
Wow. That's flattering.
Yeah. And Kevin Spacey did the movie on the condition, or he said, "I'll do it on the condition that I like the movie."
Wow.
Like, I want to see the finished product, and I have to like it, and then I'll do this part for you. And apparently, he loved the film, so he did it, and he did his lines in 8 days,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
or maybe half a day.
He didn't really.
No,
have
he was half a
all
day.
That much to say.
It was special effects on the moon. All the miniature stuff was 8 days.
Cool.
He did his stuff in half a day.
Nice.
That pro.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's he's here.
Oh,
hi. Hi, Kevin. Hello, Wes and Steve. Yeah, I am a pro. Thanks for mentioning that.
Anyone fooled by that?
I was in the studio for half a day to record my lines for Gertie and Moon. And you're welcome.
So I saw this.
Watch Game of Card Thrones.
Yeah.
What's my show called?
House of Cards?
House of Cards. Sure, watch that. Bye.
So I saw this movie
That
at...
that was him.
yeah, it was totally him. I saw this movie at a film festival,
Yeah.
and Duncan Jones was there, and I kept raising my hand to ask this question, and there was a guy in front of me, and
no.
and everybody knew that Duncan Jones was pointing to me.
Yeah.
But the guy in front of me kept thinking, he wants to hear from me. So he kept. So finally,
people like that need to find the Golden Gate Bridge.
So he finally
and then find the short way down.
He finally addressed me with the shirt I was wearing. And stuff.
Nice.
And the people around me erupted in applause.
Oh,
when
that's
I finally
great.
got to ask my question,
as they should have.
And I asked this question about Kevin Spacey because I found that to be one of the most intriguing things in the film. Because I feel like a lot of the stuff you can pick up on your own, at least on multiple viewings. But the Kevin Spacey thing really intrigued me because Kevin Spacey has a voice and a demeanor that is somebody who always is one step ahead.
I can see that.
He's not necessarily always not a bad guy sounding kind of voice,
right.
but he
never
knows
plays
something
a
that
dummy.
he knows something that you don't know.
Yeah.
And my question was sort of like, what was the reason for choosing someone like Kevin Spacey for such a small part, but had like a really important role in this? And he was talking about like sort of wanted that HAL 9000 feel to it. He wanted you to question whether or not Gertie was doing something nefarious, and in a way, he kind of was, right?
Right.
Like he was.
Because Gertie knew they were clones,
and he
never bothered to tell those guys.
And he knew that there was a way to speak to people off planet,
right?
And he lied.
He sure did.
So,
lying robot.
Yeah. So he wanted that kind of HAL 9000 feel for Gertie, which I thought worked really, really well. Because when I first watched the movie, I wasn't sure. Especially once you see him talking to the people on Earth.
I'm irreplaceable, Wes. Oh, wow. HAL 9000's here, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Wes and Steve.
Oh, boy.
I bet my voice sounds a lot like Steve's right now, but you'd be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't act like you don't love HAL 9000.
Yeah. A lot of NASA people. This movie was shown to a lot of NASA people, too. From what I understand. Yeah.
What did they have to say about it?
I think they're the ones that asked why they were mining on the wrong side of the moon, essentially.
Oh, okay. And that's where the wildlife answer came from?
That's where the wildlife answer came from.
That's funny.
He was asked in a Q&A once about the look of the structure for the bunker. Because if you notice, it's the same color as the rest of the moon. And he was saying that if we were going to put a base on the moon, we wouldn't send a structure up. We would build the structure there. And apparently there was a NASA person in the audience who had been working on developing a concrete mixture made out of moon rock.
Awesome.
Specifically, I think, for something like this. Not necessarily for harvesting, but for some type of moon base.
Wow.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, one of these days. In our lifetime, I don't know, but one of these days we're working on it. I mean, The Martian was true. Which is a thing a lot of people think who go to the movies. They think that's a true story, and that makes me want to cry for America.
Well, and the planned trip to Mars is within our lifetime.
Probably.
At least get started in our lifetime.
Well, the planned trip, yes. The successful completion of it, probably not.
But that involves the building of multiple stations along the way, right?
Yeah.
So, is a moon base part of that? I don't know, but I think a moon base. You know, we have a friend who on Twitter goes by Space Colonizer.
Oh yeah,
and he would probably know something like this.
I think he just tweeted.
He did tweet at us. Yeah, he tweeted at us today.
Moon.
Yeah, so he might be able to weigh in. Maybe he could send us a tweet.
Yeah,
and weigh in on whether or not that's part of it.
Let us know, Space Colonizer.
When we get in that moon base, when can I buy moon property?
Whoa, that'd be awesome.
I want that moon property.
Do you have a star yet in the star registry?
I don't think I do. No,
I don't either. I was just wondering.
That's all right.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, I got completely different news yesterday that's way better than the star.
Yeah.
But are we done talking about moon?
I feel like it. I mean, we completed it.
All right.
Nothing says like we can't bounce back into it if we need to. But what news are you talking about?
I could have a lifelong dream fulfilled soon in the next couple months, hopefully. I don't know if I should say
in the next couple months.
You were in the car when I heard about this.
This is true. I don't remember you.
Oh yeah, lifelong dream.
Oh yeah,
lifelong dream fulfilled in the next couple months. I think
you should absolutely talk about it because if the plan that we discovered yesterday doesn't work, there might be somebody who could still hook it up
facilitate
somehow.
it somehow. So, okay, this is crazy. This is like I was getting emotional in the car hearing about it.
You were very excited. And I heard tears. I didn't see them, but I could hear them.
I may have shed a tear. I have always wanted
to eat a monkey.
Have you seen the video of Kristen Bell on Ellen with the sloth?
I have.
And you remember how like crazy and like how she was crying and stuff? That's probably what's going to happen. Somebody's knocking at the door.
Oh my gosh, who could it be?
Why don't you vamp for a second?
All right, I'll vamp and I'll hold your microphone without it getting too close to my microphone. And Wes is going to check the mystery door. Boy, I sure do hope he's allowed to reveal what it is we're talking about with this lifelong dream of his. I have a lifelong dream, but I don't think I'll share it. Dream? Oh, heck, I don't know.
Oh, you were going to make one up?
No. I'd say the closest thing I have to a lifelong dream is that anytime I watch the movie The Toy starring Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason, that night I'll always have the same dream. And that has been true since I was a little baby and first watched The Toy.
Interesting.
Maybe not a baby, but a toddler.
Interesting.
But we talk movies, so there's a movie dream.
That's a racist movie right there, The Toy.
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, it's sort of a movie that's...
They say some pretty racist things in that movie.
But it's a movie that's taking aim at racism. You know, it's a movie where, yes, a black man is bought by a rich man to be his son's best friend and his quote-unquote toy.
Yeah.
But they also find out that rich man unknowingly has ties to the KKK, and so his son's black man best friend and the son set out to expose those ties so that his father can be an honorable man and you know, not get political gain from the KKK. So it's like, yes, it's kind of a racist movie, but it's a movie that's taking aim at racism.
I loved it as a kid.
I probably still would if I watched it again.
All right.
I haven't seen it since like maybe 2 years.
So your lifelong dream is to own a person?
No, not at all. My lifelong dream is to maybe own a house in Malibu and a house in my hometown in Pennsylvania,
filled with toys,
so that I can just
robots.
Fly back and forth anytime I want. No robots for me, thank you.
Okay.
You saw how long it took me to get on the smartphone train.
Yeah.
5 years before I got a smartphone. Your lifelong dream.
Lifelong dream. To pet a hippopotamus.
Whoa. Full size or baby size?
I don't care what it is. If it's a hippopotamus, it's a multi-part dream because there's another part where I'd like to just like spend a day just playing with a little hippopotamus, like a little baby one. That'd be really great.
Man.
But man, I'm going to settle for petting hippopotamus, and it sounds like there is a possibility that it's going to happen. Now, here's what we've learned about this.
Yeah.
They only do this on weekends. Only
on weekends.
They sell out.
Who are they?
The zoo, the LA Zoo does this on weekends.
Los Angeles Zoo, Betty White's favorite place.
They sell tickets. There's only 15 people per day can do it. It's only a 20-minute experience where they talk about the hippos. They feed them, and you get to pet them through something, a fence or something. You get to take a picture with them. And it sells out within minutes and nobody has ever canceled or not shown up.
Well, sure. How much is it?
It's like, I think it was like $20 or something.
No way.
Well, you gotta have a zoo admission, which is probably like $20, but yeah.
And then just an extra 20 on top? That seems almost obscenely low.
I know.
If you work for the LA Zoo, do not repeat what I just said.
If you work for the LA Zoo, hook me up.
Hook up Wes, because he's my boy, and he loves hippos. See, I'd go in for something like this with orangutan, but that'd probably be very dangerous.
Well, I mean, I can't be more dangerous than a hippopotamus.
But a baby hippo is safer than a baby orangutan.
Well, they have a full-size hippo and a baby hippo, and I saw a picture on their website, and there's a person standing right in front of the gate, and the big one and the little one are there, and the little one's sticking its head through the gate.
Oh my God!
I know.
That's great.
So so here's what's crazy about it, and here's what happened. Why we found out about this?
Yeah.
I was telling you yesterday on our way back from the movie screening, I had a dream.
Oh, yeah?
On Friday night. I woke up Saturday morning, having woken up from this fantastic dream where I got to pet a hippopotamus.
Aww.
And then that day, we find out there is a way to do that.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, so next weekend, I've got to try and buy a ticket 2 months out.
Wow.
To pet a hippopotamus.
Oh, is it Rosie?
The baby one is Rosie, I believe.
That's adorable.
Mara is the big one.
Mara
and Rosie. Oh man,
Mara
Steve.
and Rosie. I had a crush on a girl named Mara in high school.
I have a crush on Mara and Rosie at the LA Zoo.
They might have a crush on you if you're not careful.
They crush you, that's for sure.
Yeah, stomp you.
So okay, so let's real quickly talk about Tabletop Day.
Tabletop Day. It's April 30th.
Every year we participate in Tabletop Day. This is the 4th year.
Wow, is it already?
Yep.
Wow.
And we do it differently than some people.
Okay.
Most people just do it as a day to celebrate games and playing games with each other. We do that, but we do it as a way to raise awareness and a little bit of money for pancreatic cancer research. As a lot of people who know me know that my father died from pancreatic cancer in 2009.
Oh, gosh.
After about a year. He was diagnosed with stage 4. He was only given a few months, but he made it maybe a little more than a year.
All right.
And so we do this to raise money for the Lustgarten Foundation.
Foundation.
Mark Lustgarten worked for Cablevision, got pancreatic cancer, and died. They created this foundation, and what they do is Cablevision underwrites the foundation. So when people donate money, unlike most charities, none of this money goes to admin costs,
right,
or advertising, or whatever. It goes directly to research. 100% of donations people make goes to research, and that's super, super important because the mortality rate for people with pancreatic cancer is atrocious.
It's what got Patrick Swayze,
Henry Mancini, Michael Landon, Sally Ride. Yeah, I mean a lot of people. Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? The guitarist from the Cars. One of the guys from the Who. I don't know music very well. Sorry.
One of the guys from the Who.
Yeah.
Oh, probably John Entwistle.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of really, like a lot of names you might know. But last January, my aunt on my mother's side died from pancreatic cancer.
Oh, my gosh.
So we're also doing this sort of a memory of...
So this is war.
Yeah, this is absolutely war. Roughly 46,000 people were diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2015. A little more than 40,000 people died from pancreatic cancer in 2015. So... if you get diagnosed, it's not a good situation.
No.
Gee whiz. It is slowly overtaking other cancers as the most deadly cancer. So,
terrific.
So this is really important because unlike other cancers like breast cancer, for example, which is terrible and very deadly, there's screening for that. There's early detection for that, and that has changed the numbers from being a death sentence to what it is now, where it can be manageable.
Right.
The problem is there's no early detection for pancreatic cancer, so by the time they find it, it's so difficult to diagnose that it's oftentimes too late.
Oh no.
So every single dollar going to a place where 100% of the donations go to research really makes a difference. It means something. It could mean that we have early detection sometime soon. So, a cure would be great, but right now I'd settle for some type of way to detect it.
Right.
So,
amen to that.
So we're going to do this event Saturday, April 30th. So the Saturday after this comes out.
That's so soon.
What we're going to do is we're going to do Tabletop Day. We're going to play games from 12 in the afternoon Pacific time to 8 p.m. Sometimes we go a little later than that. We're actually going to stream the whole thing online. This year we're going to stream it on Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch TV. So twitch.tv/NoLagTillBrooklyn is going to be the channel. We'll put that up on the donation page. People can donate at Lustgarten, LUSTGARTEN.org /Tabletop Day 2016. That's a 2016.
Nice.
And we'll put that in the podcast description as well. And like I said, every dollar counts. So even if you only have $1 to donate, it's still appreciated, and it means a lot. So
I hear you.
And we'll be chatting with people during the event, and
it's going to be fun.
We've got
it's always fun.
We got some really great games. We've never played a game twice on Tabletop Day. We've always played a new game. That's one of our sort of
true.
Yeah, it's one of the rules that my wife Desi and we sort of set. Once we hit the second year, we decided that we're never going to play a game more than once on the stream.
Whoa!
So new games this year.
New games.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. One of which
I'm pretty excited too.
One of the games is really cool. I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
It was. I went to Gen Con last year.
Oh yeah. In
Indianapolis.
Is that where that was?
Yep.
Holy shnikes.
Indianapolis? Yeah, I think so. And this game was crazy hard to get.
Which game?
It's called Mysterium.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to get it, but it was constantly sold out. They only sold like X number every day, and it was always sold before. So they always had like a pre-opening, so people with certain badges could get in an hour ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
And it was sold out within minutes every day. And so I never got a copy of it. So now I finally have a copy. And I'm really excited that we're going to get to play it for Tabletop Day.
I can see it from here.
Yeah, it's right over there.
Taunting us.
I'm learning it now. So join us for that and possibly some exploding kittens. Yeah.
The game.
The game.
Not
the real ones, no. But we are going to combine the regular Exploding Kittens deck with the not suitable for work Exploding Kittens deck.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yeah. So if you want to smoke crack with Baby Owl, it could happen in Exploding Kittens.
Oh, my gosh.
Tabletop Day. April 30th.
Smoke crack with a baby owl.
12 p.m. Pacific time.
Nice.
All right, everybody.
We're shortening it this year, aren't we?
We shortened it a little bit. This year I wanted it to be... So last year we had a huge focus on making it as big as we could. Yeah. We had a lot of sponsors. Geek and Sundry sent us not a full kit, a mini kit of their retail kit. So we were able to give away a lot of prizes and things. We had Pizza Hut sponsored us, Wingstop sponsored us, Starbucks sponsored us. We also had Noah's Bagels, Misty Lee Cosmetics, Squirmy Beast, Darby Pop. All those companies sponsored us, gave us prizes and things. And I made a fairly conscious effort this year to say we've done 3 years in a row full of prizes and sponsors.
Yeah.
This year I want to bring the focus back to why we're doing it.
To strictly money to Lustgarten.
Money to Lustgarten. And to spend time with the people that we love.
Cool.
So, because that's, at the end of the day, like, try not to get too emotional on the podcast.
That's okay, brother.
If I could play a game with my dad right now, that means way more to me than all the sponsors and the free prizes and things like that. So, Steve, I love that you're coming and that you're going to spend the day with us. You're
giving him a thumbs
You're
up.
a person that I love, and and that's what this is about. Is
I love you too, man.
Spending time with these people that we love and making the most out of that time. So this year it's going to be less about the sponsors, although we do have a couple. So
I love both of you too, Dave.
So
I'm still in here.
All right, emotional plea for research money is done.
There you go.
So I think that's it, huh? Do you have anything else you want to add? Follow us at VTRT Movies.
Yes, follow
Twitter.
Wes at Movie Hippo.
We're also on Instagram. We do occasionally Instagram at VTRT Movies.
Very occasionally.
We're on Facebook.
We're definitely on Facebook. Look for us on all the best social medias, because there's way too many social medias out there now.
Sure.
So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm down to keep it to those 3.
Yeah, I don't think we're not Tumblring it up.
No.
Tumblr-own.
I think Vine's pretty much out. I feel like a lot of people are
We're not
sick of
periscoping
Vine already. I feel like Periscope's pretty much people are sick of that by the sounds of it.
Yep.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're holding strong. We'll hold strong with them.
And you're at Steve in NoHo-Wood.
Steve in NoHo-Wood. Oh, somewhere out there. I was on the red carpet last weekend for Long Arm of the Leprechaun.
Yes.
And I did like 4 or 5 interviews.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find any of them yet. But it was for the Hollywood Comedy Shorts Festival. So somewhere out there, are some funny interviews with me and my leading lady, Mary O'Neill, and we had a great time on the red carpet.
Fancy.
So look for those, and if I find them, I'll post them and share them, and hopefully you'll get a laugh.
Great, yeah. All right.
Ooh, we haven't picked anything from the Muppet
Oh,
Bucket.
you are so
That was close.
right. I thought about it after we talked about the movie, and I thought, no, let's save it till after we talk about Tabletop Day.
That's good. But just now, we almost signed off.
I know, you're right. You're absolutely right. Here you go, Steve. Here, let me take the lid off for you. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's probably so loud in the microphone.
All right.
You know what it's going to be? I'm going to mix it
No,
up
I'm
a little.
wondering what it's going to be. I'm excited.
I want it to be another one that I put in there. I'm getting greedy now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now that we watched Hodorowski's Dune and Dune, now you're like...
I'm like, well, Moon is not enough.
all West movies all the time. All right.
All right.
You can hear me really mixing it around.
He is. He's mixing it around. One of these days, you know what I think we should do? I think we should do a live episode on Twitch, and we'll also record at the same time. You got one there?
For that.
Is not one. That is not one of mine.
I got a really long piece of paper that says... The Bicycle Thieves.
That's from the AFI list.
Oh, actually, it says Bicycle Thief parentheses Thieves. So does that mean it's one or the other?
It's one and becomes many, I think, or multiple. I think it's one and becomes two, maybe.
Bicycle Thief.
Not 100% sure. I've never seen it.
Me either. So for our next episode, which will be after Tabletop Day, make sure you watch Bicycle Thief.
2 weeks away.
Holy shnikes. I'm
weeks.
tempted to IMDb this real quick and make sure there's
Sure?
not only, or that there's only one movie by this title.
Oh, I had IMDb open.
As do I. It looks like...
Thieves. I got Thieves.
I'm also getting Bicycle Thieves. 1948. Wowzers. Oh, man. A French movie from 1948? I feel like I'm really screaming into my microphone right now.
Is it French or is it Italian? What is it?
Ladri di Bicicletta.
Biciclette.
Starring Enzo Staiola, Lamberto
Vittorio De
Maggio.
Sica?
So yeah, I'd have
Sounds
to say that's
Italian,
probably Italian. All right, Bicycle Thieves. Don't let us down. Legendary movie that's older than both of us.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
So
Bicycle Thieves.
That's it. Bicycle Thieves, 2 weeks, guys. We'll see you then. Definitely tune in for Tabletop Day, and we'll see you later.